Welcome back. So, guys, this is the most powerful session of this particular course, wealth creation model. So, if you are, thinking about business plan, or if you are already in a business and for some reason you think your business is not working, or is anything business related question that you have in your mind, and your business is stuck or it's not growing as you wish it should grow. So, the answer you'll find in this wealth creation model. This is simple one page format. Once you understand this will resolve the many problems in your life and business. And one more thing is, you'll become your own business consultant, because if anytime if you see anybody who is struggling with the business, and if you share with them this wealth creation model, you will realize that it is very easy to figure out what is exactly stopping them from being successful in their business, and their job is to just go ahead and do that thing. So as simple as that. So let's get started with this wealth creation model. Now, to help you understand, you need to watch the screen, because I'll be sharing this particular wealth creation model in a step-by-step format, so that you'll get the better understanding of that. And it is much more in detail. So pay attention to the screen, and I will explain you as we go along. Okay, so let's get started. Now, take a piece of paper with you, and on the piece of paper, once you have the piece of paper, hold that in the, let's say in the landscape format, not the vertical but the landscape, because once you hold that in the landscape format, you'll be easily able to draw your wealth creation model on the piece of paper. Okay, so let's get started. Yes. So on the one side, you have to draw a cloud or some sort of format, which is a market, right? Now on the right hand side, that's your bank balance. Okay, because we do the business in the market, we don't do the business randomly somewhere. It's an online business or offline business. It's a market there. You deal with the people, and that's where you do the business. So one side there's a market, other side there's a bank balance. And in ideal world, what happens, is in the market there are people, because as I said, we do the business with the people. Even though we are doing business with the companies, you all ultimately deal with the people in the companies, right? So what happens, it's either b2b model or b2c model. It doesn't matter which model it is. B2b means a business to business, or b2c is business to customers. At any point of time, you're always dealing with the people. So in the market there are people, you are doing the business with the people, right? Now, uh, these people, they have problems, right? So if the problem doesn't exist, people don't feel they have a need for something. Let's say people, let's say you, if you're not hungry, you will not need a food, right? So there has to be a problem that you're feeling hungry, and that becomes a problem. That if you're feeling hungry, then sometimes after some time, you won't be able to focus on your work, and your head will, there'll be headache, or maybe you're not able to concentrate on your work, or maybe it's not good for your health. So everything in the market that starts with the problem. So every business that exists is to solve some sort of problem. Let's say hospitals are there to cure the people, restaurants are there to feed the hungry people, uh, transportation industry or travel industry, people want to go from one place to other, so and they cannot go on their own. So that is the reason we have this transportation, or uh, travel industry. So every business is a reason it exists, because it solves some problem. So if you are thinking about starting a business, always think about what problem it is solving. As long as you focus on the problem that you are solving, it is easy to start the business. Don't worry about finding a crazy business idea, because the moment you think about business idea, your mind doesn't understand, or your brain doesn't understand what exactly to look for. But the moment you say, you have to look for the problems in the market, and you'll see there are hundreds of problems in the market, and your job is to pick the problem which majority of the people have, and solve that problem. And every business solves a problem, and they get paid because of solving that problem. So your job is to figure out a problem that you love to solve and get paid for that. As simple as that. So coming back to the wealth creation model, we have market and your bank account. In the market there are people. People have problems, and because of the problems, they demand certain things, because they want to go from one place to because people want to go from one place to other. They demand the vehicle, or maybe let's say they want to travel by train or bus or aeroplane. It's their problem that sometimes some people want to reach some place faster, so they end up buying aeroplane tickets. We go by our personal mode of communication, maybe car or something. So what happens, is every business, as I said, solves a problem. So your job is to figure out what problem you want to solve, and because of that problem, what demand it creates. So not every problem people would like to solve. So only there are certain problems in the world which people need the answer for, and that is it demands certain sort of products and services. So your business should be in the sync with this problem and demand strategy. If there is no demand, you don't need to create your product and service, right? And that's what happens in the recession time, because the demand goes down, and doesn't matter it's a right product and service, there's nobody is there to buy. So if you are willing to start your own business, think about, or if you're already in a business, always think about, is there enough demand or is there a future demand to this product and service? As long as the demand is there, your business will stay. Okay. Now after this demand, then comes a product and service, right? Because many people, they start their business thinking about the product and service. Don't do that mistake. Your job is to figure out a product and service which is a result of the problem and demand. As long as the problem exists, as long as the demand exists, then only this product is going to help. Just alone having a product in the market is not going to help you. So don't worry about creating this wonderful product and service. Always think about what problem you want to solve and what is the demand it is creating, and based on the demand, create the product and service. Right? I hope you understand that. And next thing is money. We don't want to be doing the business with the people who don't have money. So always look for the people, or look for the customers who have the money. See, there are many people in this world, they want to solve their own problems, but they don't want to pay the money. But you as a business owner, you understand the value of money. So people should exchange money for the value that you are going to offer, right? So always do the business with the people who have the money. So let me simply recap. So on one side we have market, other side we have bank balance. In the market we have people, then people have problems. It creates demand, and that's where you create the product, and you will deal with the people who have the money. And then what happens? There is a simple pipeline. There is the market with the money, and that's your bank balance. So the money should flow from the market to the money. And in the simple business definition is, you give the value and you will get back as a money as a return. Right? As simple as that. Now, if it is as simple as that, then why do you think that many businesses are failing, or why there are certain businesses they go and they become stuck, or why certain times people don't really understand what exactly happening in their business, and why the business is not growing, or not going ahead? So here is the answer. Now imagine this is a pipeline from one place to the other, or let's say you are taking a shower in your bathroom, and the terrace, there is a water tank, there is enough water in that water tank. And in the shower, even though there is enough water in the water tank, you turn on the tap in the shower, there's no water coming in. So if the water is there, the pipeline is nice, why there is no water coming in the shower? The simple answer is, there must be some blockages in the pipeline, right? Exactly same thing happens. So business is simple, you give the value, you get the money as a return. But if that is not happening, there must be some blockage in the pipeline. So you as a business owner, as a business leader, as a business leader, it's your job to figure out what is the real problem, which are the blockages, and once you understand those blockages, remove those blockages. Once you remove the blockages, the money has to flow from market to your bank, and as you are giving the value, so the business transaction will happen, and you will get paid for that, and you'll see lots of money coming into your business account. So I hope you want to understand which are these blockages which are really stopping people from making their business successful. So let's look at that. So the very first blockage is the need. Now what happens, many people who have started their businesses, or who are thinking to start their business, they are not thought about this. Is there really need of their product and service to the market? As I said, if there is no need of the product and service, the business will not survive longer. So your job as a business owner is to figure out which are these product and services which market really needs. If the market doesn't need anything, there is no point in you creating product and service, right? Some people say, no, you can create the demand by marketing. Okay, you can, but it's very expensive process, so don't fall into that trap. Many big businesses, enough money, they can spend that money in the marketing and get the get the demand going, or make people aware of their needs. It is possible, but it's very expensive. So when you're starting up, don't fall into that trap. Simply start with product and service which people really need. So what happens, you will directly know who are the customers who are willing to buy your product and service. You can go to these people who have the problems, hand over your products and take the money. As simple as that, right? So very first blockage is the need. Your business, what are the product and service you are selling? There must be need of that in the market, right? Second thing is the demand. As I say, there is a need and there is a demand. So there must be enough demand and there must be a growing demand. So in the future there must be a demand. So let's say a few days back we had this handset telephones. Nowadays not many people use them. So the demand is less. Some office people they use this handset, but not everybody at home. So what happens, is you as a entrepreneur should understand what is the demand. How is the demand pattern? Is the demand growing up or slowing down? And based on that, you decide your product and service. Now, as I said, product and service comes as a sort of third point, not even the first point. So don't start with the product and service. Always think about the need and the demand, and something related to that is your product and service. Okay, as simple as that. Now, the next thing is marketing. Now, imagine this, you have the best product in the world, but what if nobody knows about that product? So that's where the marketing comes. So marketing is something, where you will let the market know that you have something useful, which can solve their problem. Now, many people get confused with this marketing and advertising, so don't get confused with that. Marketing and advertising are different. Marketing and selling is different. Marketing has a different purpose. Advertising is a part of marketing. Selling has a different purpose. So let me give you a very simple definition of marketing. Write this down. Marketing. Marketing is a process in which we exchange, marketing is a process in which we convert suspects into prospects. As simple as that. Marketing is a process in which we convert suspects into prospect. Now, what do I mean by suspects? Suspects are the people who are your target audience. See, whatever the product you have, not everybody in the world is your customer. Not everybody wants that your product. So only certain amount of people, let's say it's in geographic location or age group or certain income category. Only those people need your product, or they are willing to have, or these are the people who demand for this sort of products. So your job is in the marketing is to figure out these people, where they live, where they hang around, and approach them. So these are your suspects, and convert them to prospects. Prospect means somebody who is interested in buying your product. So purpose of marketing is only this much: convert suspects into prospects. As simple as that. Sharing a post on Facebook and WhatsApp, that's not marketing. It's maybe part of advertising, but many people think that is marketing. It's not marketing. Marketing has a special purpose, that is, they convert suspects into prospect. I hope you understand that. Next thing in the after marketing, that is selling, right? So selling, as you know, is the most important activity in the business, because that is the only thing which brings the money inside. And if there are no sales, there is no business. So selling is another important activity, not another important, the most important activity. Now the I'll give the simple definition of selling. Write this down. Selling is a process in which we convert prospects into customers. Selling is a process in which we convert prospects into customers. So marketing converts suspects into prospects, and then selling converts prospects into customers. Customer is someone who has paid you the money. It's not someone who is interested in your product, because till that time he's still a prospect. The moment he pays you the money, that time he becomes a customer. And then you will say, what is the difference between customer and client? So the customer is someone who bought your product, and client is someone who is keep buying you again and again, right? So that's the basic difference. So you as a business leader, must do the marketing of the business and the selling of the business. And purpose of the marketing is to convert suspect into prospect, and purpose of the selling is to convert prospect into customers. So your job is now to make the transition happen. So as long as this transition is happening, your business is on the right track. So the next important part after selling is D. D stands for delivery. Now what happens, is once you did the marketing and selling, and you promise your customers that you're selling certain sort of products, they should expect this results out of that product. So it should work. It's like you go to a pharmacist and you buy a pill for your headache. Once you take the pill, you should feel better. So the pill should do the job exactly in a similar manner. What are the product and service you are selling, and what are the benefits that you are claiming to have? Customers should also get those benefits. If those benefits are not getting, that means there's something not right with your product and service. So what will happen is, if you're only focusing on selling it one time and not worrying about the customer, don't do that, because your business will not survive. Some people do that, they only focus on one time selling as fast as you can and then run away. But you are not one of them, because you want to create a successful business for the long term. So your job is to figure out a product and service, sell them in a manner in which it will really solve the problem. Communicate your customers what is the problem that your product and service is solving, and your product and service is really doing that thing, right? So it has to be in sync, whatever you are claiming and whatever your customers are getting. As long as they are in sync, customers will feel the trust on you, and that trust is important, because these customers will come and buy more from you. And at the same time, these are the customers they will recommend to you, so it is very good for your growth of your business. So the D is for delivery. How you are delivering the product, whatever you're committing, is your customers are getting that. If you're selling something online, are the customers getting those products, at their home? Or let's say you're promising them something, your customers are getting exactly so those benefits which you're promising, right? Now, uh, next thing after delivery is the team. You will realize that like once you are in the business, there are many things to do. And when you want to create a very successful business, long term business, you need to have a right team. Maybe you need a team to do the admin work, or do some marketing or some selling, or to look after the daily actions in the business, or to help you out with the technology or some other things. So the team is important. So you as a business owner, it's your job to figure out what team you need, and then hire that team, hire those skill set. Now some people say, can I do partnership with someone? My answer to that is, as long as you can have a team member, have a team member, but don't go for the partnership in the first go, because as you said, um, people who are in the business, they have different mindsets. So if your partner has a different mindset than you, he might be focusing on something else, where you might not want to him to focus on. So as long as you both are in sync, what is something that you want to achieve for your business, if both are in sync, partnership is a great. But as long if both of you are not in sync, you will go in a multiple direction, and you don't want that to happen for your business. So if you can hire someone as a team member, but keep the partner as a last option. In some cases, partnership is helpful, because you are skillful in certain area, your partner is skillful in certain area, and both of are really good for your business. And you are bringing more customers, making the business work. That is a great thing. Make it work that way. But if something can be hired, hire that person. Don't take it as a partner. Okay. Now, next thing after this is cash. Now, as you know, cash is important, because sometimes you'll see in the recession time, people or some businesses don't survive. Why they don't survive? Because they run out of cash. So you as a business owner or a successful business owner should have cash, or enough cash, or access to the cash. That means you should have some sort of investors ready, or somebody to back you up when there's not enough money in your business. So it is your responsibility to figure out about the cash, because you are the leader of your business. Now let's say there's economic downturn, there's no enough sell, or market is down for let's say 6 to 8 months. So you should have enough money in your bank account to take you through that downturn. Now what happens in the downturn, there might not be enough sell, so you still have to pay for your the factory, or the premises, or the rent, or the electricity, or those sort of things. But you should have enough money to get through those things. So the cash is important. Don't neglect that part. Doesn't matter how small is the business or how big is the business. All those businesses, they have the enough cash. Only those business they survive. If you want your business to survive, make sure you have enough cash to survive. Cash is important. Don't ever forget that thing. Okay. Now, guys, that completes our wealth creation model. Now what happens, if you as a business owner is thinking about starting a new business, or you're already in a business and your business is stuck somewhere, this model will help you to identify what is exactly causing you for business to stuck. Is it either you don't have good marketing or right product, or don't have enough selling, or you don't have right team, or you don't have enough cash? There must be something wrong with your business. This model will help you find out what is wrong with your business and what you can do to solve that thing. Now, uh, sometimes you see in the market there are some sort of businesses, they look similar, like like pizza. So the many businesses, they sell the pizza, like Pizza Hut, Domino's, Papa John's, or Pizza Express. Uh, Travel industry, aeroplane industry, there are multiple airlines. So when you are in that multiple when there are competition in the market, by the way, the competition is good, because when there is a competition, that means you are really doing something helpful. Somebody else apart from you has identified that niche or that need in the market, and they're creating the product and service. So competition is good. It tells you that you are on the right track. But at the same time, if you want to stand out of the competition, there's something you should be doing, right? And that's where the model will help you out. Now, you see the red box. Make this red box. So there has to be something different in your business which will make you stand out from your competition. We call it as a USP, unique selling point, or in my language, I call it as a CA, that is, competitive advantage. Something better than your competition. It can be better product or better service, or maybe you're great in marketing, or you're great in selling, or your delivery systems are good, or maybe you have a great team, you have a good amount of cash in the bank. There has to be something which is best than the competition that you have, which will make you survive in the market, and not only survive, is make you stand out. Let's say pizza company Domino's, it's selling the same thing like pizza, but what happens, they have a different delivery model. They make they deliver the pizza faster. So just because of that one particular thing, it becomes their competitive advantage. So if you need the pizza faster, you're always going to call them. So that's how it is. So if you are in the market where you are selling the product and service which is similar to many other competitors, there has to be something that you should do different than other people. If you are doing different than other people, that makes you stand out from the competition. I know at the same time your customers are confused. If they are getting similar products from two different people, they have to choose from someone. So it's your job to create the reason why should they choose you. And you as a business owner, you should think about what should be that reason, what is really valuable for the customer, which will create a competitive advantage. So make sure you focus on this competitive advantage. So dear friend, that is all about the wealth creation model. Because uh, I've been sharing this model from for many years, and what I realized that people who understand this wealth creation model, they immediately understand what is stopping from their business from not becoming successful, what is really holding that up. If it is a new business, how they can plan the business so that the money should always flow from market to their bank balance. And if for some reason they're not getting enough money in their bank balance, what exactly is the blockage and how to remove that blockage. Once you remove the blockage, there is nothing that can stop you from becoming a successful entrepreneur and having lots of money from market to your bank balance. So I wish you all the best. Make sure you, maybe if possible, watch this video again and again. Understand the wealth creation model. This is the powerful model which will either help you, to figure out the blockages in your business, or create a successful business in a very short span of time. So I wish you all the best, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.